Dear student, you will continue to learn another topic, that is the Reign of Terror. It is a very interesting topic during the French Revolution which was taking place. What was the Reign of Terror? Just before we have seen that Robespierre established a revolutionary government in France. The Robespierre government was the members of Jacobins. So they established revolutionary government in France. So after establishment of government, the period between 1793 to 1794 was referred as the Reign of Terror in France. What was the Reign of Terror? Why was it called as Reign of Terror? This was due to the policies of severe control and punishment that was imposed on people by Robespierre. What was the policies he imposed on the people? Many people were arrested and tried by the Revolutionary Tribunal, that is the court under the Robespierre. People who did not follow his policies were tried in the court. If they were found guilty, then they were sent to guillotine. What was guillotine? Guillotine was a device for beheading a person by means of a heavy blade that was fixed between two poles, and the two poles serving the guides. So this device was widely used during the French Revolution. So the people who did not follow his policy were sent to guillotine. This device or machine was invented by Dr. Guillotine. That's why the machine also or device also named after Dr. Guillotine. Then the peasants were forced to transport their grains to cities and towns, and they were forced to sell their grains with fixed price by the government. So the peasants were not happy in the French society. Next, the use of expensive white flour were forbidden or abolished. The white flour was the costly flour which was used by the rich people in the French society. In order to have the equality of the food, Robespierre forbidden or abolished the white flour. He also made to ration the meat and bread. What is the meaning of rationing? Which means in our country, for poor people, the ration shops are established where the poor people get the minimum things, that is like rice, oil, all these things for less price compared to the market price. The same way, in the French society also, ration were established where rich and poor people go and buy the meat and bread in order to have the equality of the bread in the French society. This also done forcefully. The rich and poor must eat the same type of food. Then he also forced the people to eat the bread made of whole wheat. Only the bread made out of wheat all the people must eat. This also forcefully made to follow by the Robespierre government. Then instead of Monsieur or Sir and Madam or Madam, all men and women were to be called as citoyen and citoyenne, which means citizen. So even to address the people also, the equality was followed during the Reign of Terror, that is Robespierre government. The churches were also shut down and church buildings were converted into barracks. Barracks means the office. So the churches were converted into offices. So these were the rules passed by Robespierre government, which troubled the people to live their life in the French society. Due to this hard policies of Robespierre, even his own supporters left him at the end. He was finally convicted by the court. Found by the court as guilty person, then he was also guillotined in July 1794. So, with the death of Robespierre, the Jacobin government ended. Now, the French society was ruled by Directory. A Directory rules France. What was the Directory? After the fall of Jacobin government, that is revolutionary government, that is the Robespierre government, the wealthy and middle class people got the power to rule in France. They were also the Jacobins, wealthy Jacobins. After they got the power to rule, they introduced a new constitution in France. According to the new constitution, the constitution did not allow the non-propertized sections of the society the right to vote, which means the people who did not have the wealth in their name should not vote. They did not have the voting right. So that was introduced according to the new constitution at the time of Directory rules. Then this constitution also provided 2 elected legislative council, and these councils again appointed the Directory, that is executive, made up of 5 members. So this executive, that is the Directory, consists of 5 members, must function under the Jacobins, that is 2 legislative council, in taking decisions. So now 2 legislative council and the Directory consist of 5 members must take the decision in France whenever there was a need. At the time of taking decision, this 2 legislative council and the Directory always clashed with each other in taking decision, which led to the political instability. And the 2 legislative council also changed the Directory very often. Within short time, many times they changed the Directory members. So that also led to the political instability. So at that time, Napoleon Bonaparte gave entry in France. He made use of the situation of France, the political instability, and he established a dictatorship military government in France in the year 1804. So many changes took place in the French society after the French Revolution 1789. In spite of the many changes that was taking places in French society, the legacy of France, that was the freedom, equality and fraternity, continued to motivate and inspire people of the French society and political parties and also the European countries. With this, I complete today's concept. Dear student, listen to the video and read the textbook till you get the understanding, and write down the points under each topic. Whatever you have understood, write down and seen and send through WhatsApp to your teacher.